Leviticus chapter 23. Verse 1. Read.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1. And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying,
Who's talking? He gives his message to everybody at once.
What's up?
Oh, he gives it to his servant. Oh, he has a universal order. Would there be any confusion if he spoke to everybody or several people? Think so? So there'd be a lot of different messages. Wonder why? Somebody want to be different? I bet you there'd be a lot of discipline and unity if 2 or 3 people got messages from Yahweh at once. Think somebody would want to be more important than another one? How about jealousy? Think envy would set in? If both got the message and one could speak it better than the other one, look out. Think there'd be a problem. So we're constantly learning. Yahweh is constantly pointing out to us by example through our historical study that he has a universal order. So Leviticus chapter 23 verse 1 makes something very clear. The Lord Yahweh does not speak to 2 or 3, 4 different people. Though there was over 600 men that left Egypt, 600,000, over 600,000 men, plus wives, children, and strangers. Out of that mass of people, Yahweh chose one man to speak to. Universal order, Israel. Verse 2. Read.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feasts of the Lord Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts.
We've read this many times, but how many times have we stopped to analyze it? In verse 1, Yahweh is doing some talking to his servant, Moses, and made a statement. Not only did he make a statement, he gave a command. He said, Moses, I have something I want you to do. I choose you to speak to the children of Israel. He didn't say speak to the world. I have a specific message I want you to speak to a specific people. And the people are the children of Israel. They're his children, Jacob's children. Who is Israel? Yeah. So the message is to us. Now, I don't want you to go and speak on your own. I want you to speak to them and speak what I say. Now, here's what I want you to say. Saying unto them, you don't even have to create thoughts, Moses. You don't have to sit down and write your speech. You don't have to try to be smart. You don't have to be original. Tell them what I'm telling you to tell them. And I'm going to give you a subject. My subject is concerning the feast. Now, they are not their feasts or your feasts. And they're not the heathen's feasts. They're really my feasts. And I want you to proclaim my feast unto the children of Israel. And let them know what kind of feast it is now. Not the kind of feast they have where the heathens are, where you get drunk. It's not a drunken feast. Because if you are a glutton and a drunk, you will be killed according to our law. All gluttons and all drunks. So now you're the only people I know about that is given some wine to drink, and you better be disciplined, like the word said today. See, we're allowed to drink water. But you can drink so much water until it kills you. We are allowed to eat food. But we can eat so much food until it kills us, makes us sick. Just eat. Yahweh calls that a glutton. And he equated a glutton with a drunkard. That they both are the same. One who overeats is the same as one who drinks and gets drunk. He didn't say you couldn't drink, he said you get drunk. He didn't say you couldn't eat, but if he said you overeat, you are to be killed. We are to be killed. Isn't that an interesting law? So what does that teach us? We must do discipline ourselves. We must be a people of constraint, self-constraint, self-control, under control. Rule our own spirit. Proverbs what? Give me Proverbs 16:32. We must control our own spirit. Read.
He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city.
Ruling our spirit, our own desires, is more important than a man that can take a whole city for Yahweh. This is the part that makes some people sad. You mean I must control myself? I cannot walk around with reckless abandon? What if I want to go nude? I should be able to go nude if I want to, out in public. Do my thing. Hey, I'm grown. That's not the way Yahweh is? You mean Yahweh has rules and regulations? Laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments. And he said they are perfect. And he said when we obey them, he will add to us all things. What he asks us to do is simple in comparison to what he gives us. We must be people of discipline. All of my drunks understand. You're my brother and sister, but if you're a drunk, you better understand. You have to discipline yourself. Or what will happen? How many have not read the scripture where if you are a glutton and a drunk, you ought to be killed? Who have not seen it? All right, then where do you find it? Deuteronomy what? 21, 18 through 21. If we don't know about this law, we can't keep it. It's not a sin to eat food. It's not a sin to drink wine. Oh, but you're going to find out what the sin is. Read. And the penalty. Read.
If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, will not hearken unto them.
Notice what this son has the opportunity to do. He can be chastised, accept his chastisement, and correct his action. Or he can be chastised and refuse to correct his action. That's where we are right now. He can be a son that did not listen, but suddenly decides after chastisement, I am going to listen. Or I am not going to listen. I'll be stubborn. You have a choice here. In any event, be corrected. After you have received correction, You have a choice. Listen or don't listen. Correct your actions or don't correct your actions. But here's the son that after being corrected would not listen. Read on.
Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him, and bring him out unto the elders of his city, and unto the gate of his place. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, This our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard.
See what will make you stubborn and rebellious? If you be a drunkard or an overeater. Here's that word, drunken, glutton. Read on.
And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die.
Oh, that's the reward of a drunken and a glutton in Israel. How many admit you better discipline yourself? How many admit you better rule your own spirit? Here is an experience, here is an example in the Word by our history teaching us the rewards of obeying and disobeying. Now we can go back to Leviticus 23. This Feast of Weeks is a feast of Yahweh. And he said, proclaim it to be a holy convocation. What does holy mean? Somebody come with a dictionary to the mic, please. And give me holy. This is a certain specific kind of holy convocation, a certain specific convocation.
Holy, set apart to the worship of God. Yahweh.
All right, here is a convocation. The three convocations we have, the three feasts we have, are special times of the year set aside to worship our Father Yahweh. That doesn't mean we don't worship Him every day. It's a time where we all come together on a very special occasion, designated by law from Yahweh to worship Him for what He has done for us. That's teaching us to be thankful, is it not? When we gather the first fruits of harvest, that's saying that we should teach our children to be thankful for the food they eat at Yahweh's table. Train our children up thanking Yahweh for the Feast of Harvest. And to remind us, He's requiring all of us as adults, Hebrew Israelites, to come together once a year just for the purpose of thanking Him. Well, really 3 times a year. It's a thanks in each occasion. That's enough to keep it on our minds, is it not? Now, somebody from among us must have a heart in favor of Yahweh and His law to remind the rest of us. And we must have a heart that makes us want to obey Yahweh. And we all are here tonight because we want to obey Yahweh.